So yes, today's topic is slow and steady, and slow and steady wins the race. What does that mean? So the other day, I found myself sort of doing it again. I was comparing myself to other people, other artists, famous and not famous, the community, just the whole overall picture. And I found myself a bit troubled because I have a project coming out and I'm like, well, I gotta get all this done and that and do this and do that and do that. And before I know it, I'm overwhelmed. So I believe God put something in my spirit, and it was so fast, So I heard the tortoise and the hare. And I'm like, why is this fable kid story coming back to my mind? And I'm like, well, let me entertain this for a minute. And I know it was God because it has to do with what I'm going through. So I was like, you know what? Let me go to YouTube and go back to this story. So I played it over again. The tortoise and the hare. For those who don't know, it's a story about this turtle that races a rabbit, the tortoise and the hare, right? It was interesting because everyone has a different sort of take on it, but I applied it to my life, right? And the main point of it is that slow and steady wins the race. And so this rabbit is very arrogant. He wants to race this turtle. And so they decide to race. And I'm going to just jump to the point of the story. You can go back and watch it yourself. But the turtle is slow and the rabbit is fast. But by all means, the rabbit should have won the race. But the turtle wins the race. And as I was watching the stories, I was just watching this turtle just go, and the rabbit is like, the rabbit gets, very overconfident and decides to pretty much just like take a nap and says, hey, I could beat you in my sleep. All right, so what's the point? The point I got from it was that the turtle won the race, right? And the turtle going super slow. And how did I apply it to my life? Well, I was thinking that I wasn't getting nothing done, but I was reminded that I'm like this turtle. I'm getting so many things done. So I just had to give myself credit. I had to take time to just give myself a round of applause and not wait for nobody else to do it. I'm saying, listen, slow and steady wins the race. As long as I get a little done every day, I'm moving closer and closer to my goal. It doesn't matter if I get there tonight, tomorrow, but I'm getting there. And that's the point and the moral of the story is that I'm getting there. And it really didn't even matter if the turtle would have beat the rabbit, but the turtle made it to the finish line. And in life, that's what you want to do. You want to make it to the finish line. It doesn't matter if you have overnight success, right? Overnight success doesn't matter because listen, here today and going tomorrow, that's not my portion. I'm not a one-hit wonder. I'm not a easy bake oven, put it in the oven, boom, and put it out. I'm not Burger King, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm a work in progress. You understand? And I'm a lot like that turtle because I'm getting things done. It might not be the same way someone else is getting it done, but I'm getting it done. So I had to take time to compliment myself, reward myself. We have to celebrate the small things. We always look at the bigger picture, but we always look at the bigger picture, but celebrate the small things, I'm thankful. My studio has gear. I have lights. I have a camera. I have good people in my life. I win. You know what I'm saying? I win. Every day I win as I just take these small steps towards my goal and my dream, and remember to compliment myself. Remember that I have to take care of me first. You know what I'm saying? So slow and steady wins the race. Consistency produces fruit or produces growth. Consistency produces growth. I think that's true. The reason why I say that's true is that if you're consistent at something, you should grow. So even if I'm slowly doing something, as long as I'm consistent, it should grow. Now, on the other hand, if you're consistently a slacker, you're consistently late, you're consistently unprofessional, you're consistently with a bad attitude, you're consistently pulling other people down, that's the wrong consistency. You need to turn the page and flip it to the next page and be the right consistent. So as long as I'm professional, as long as I'm treating people right, as long as I got love in me and I'm spreading it to across this world, as long as I'm bringing positivity into this world, I win. I'm being consistent and I'm growing. All right, that's it. Slow and steady wins the race. My point for today is very short, beautiful, sweet, Picasso masterpiece. One more thought, right? Well, two more thoughts. Is that when I first started this podcast, I didn't think, I knew I could do it, but it just felt like a mountain. It felt like a real mountain. And now that I'm doing this podcast, I'm actually glad I started it because I realize I got a lot to say and people do hear me, want to hear me, and my voice and opinion is valuable. Slow and steady wins the race. Short and sweet today. And remember, I got new music coming